Good morning. So, I want to talk a little bit about the twin flame dynamics, the push and pull dynamics, the chaser runner dynamics. I'm being shown like a picture and an energetic picture, and it kind of shows like it's kind of like the yin yang. It's like the cycle. And when we find our divine counterpart, like our divine masculine as a divine feminine, it's like all of a sudden we are catapulted into this connection. It's like two driplets of water all of a sudden going bloop and connecting. But at the same time, because we have been, at the soul level, we're the same. So we're magnetized to connect. But everything that's on top of that, everything that we've, nurtured throughout our lives as ways of being, like our personalities and our belief systems and our attitude towards the world, our responses to the world, our reactions, our protective mechanisms, the things that we do that protect us from getting hurt. For instance, I've noticed that I'm always putting this wall up around my heart. Um, Something that I've noticed, especially on the twin flame journey, because it's such a deep connection. I feel like I always have this boundary up that I'm slowly allowing, that sometimes the defenses completely fall away when we go into like this bubble. But the rest of the time, like right now, or if there is, like if I go somewhere where he might be there, I can feel these guards coming up around my entire heart, like guarding it. And then at the same time, you're magnetized to it. So something that I realized in these dynamics is I kind of see it like a circle that is when you meet your divine counterpart, it's like finding that perfect. At first, it's like this and all over the place because it's like two worlds colliding together. But then, as it starts evening out and all the crinks start getting out of it, it starts going smoother. And what I've noticed is that in this, because this life is a divine balance in between heaven and earth. It's a balance between the 3D dimension and the higher dimensions, the God dimensions. It's a balance between spirit and body. It's a balance between dark and light. It's a balance between heaven and earth. And you can find the heaven on earth. And when you find this divine counterpart, it's because everything is dual, but everything is one at the same time, right? Everything has two polars to it. So, including within ourselves, we have polars. Everything has polars to it. So, when you find your divine counterpart, it's like finding the full spectrum of yourself, finding that full circle. And what happens is that we are thrown into, first of all, this awakening, because all of a sudden we become aware. We don't always know what we're aware of, but all of a sudden, all of the pain, everything that we've gone through our whole lives, comes and starts coming up to the surface for reinspection. All of a sudden, life becomes bigger than life. Your life becomes bigger than the life that you've lived so far. We get bored in our old lives because we have so far expanded. Um, but what I've noticed in this counterpart and in this relationship and in this perfect synchronicity is that in the 3D level, in the physical level, it is the masculine energy that pushes. And when you go around circle back up to the spiritual level, it is the female, the divine feminine energy that pushes, that nourishes. So in the physical realm, and you can see it also in body parts, like the male enters into the body of the woman. The male is nourishing the woman and men, a lot of masculine figures have this longing to be the provider, the one that holds up, the protector, the one that holds the ground in the physical world. And then when you go around circle up into the higher realms, it is the female that nourishes the male, nourishes his self-worth, and nourishes. It's like a perfect yin yang. The male fits into the woman and drives the woman through the physical, and the woman fits into the male in the spiritual, creative, the more feminine energies. And this doesn't have to be male feminine. This can be, it doesn't have to be man woman. It's the energies that I'm talking about. So the feminine energy is what pushes the male into his drive, and wakes up all of these parts of wanting to be the provider, and wanting to, wakes up. It nourishes his natural need as he nourishes her natural need, and then you become a complete perfect cycle. But in order to do this, the it is the woman's responsibility in the relationship, in any relationship, to balance out the energy, to become the alchemist. And this, I've heard it over and over and over, but now I can actually see it as a picture in her becoming. And I'm kind of going to tell what it feels like as well. And in her becoming, she has to transcend the physical. That's not her plane. Her plane is coming into the emotional, which is all inside, coming into herself. And it's kind of like mind over matter. So it's when something is perfect, it's perfect all the way around. It's her becoming also strong of mind, because when we have these chasing energies, or this toxic energy, as you would call it, or like this addictive energy, or these impulses to act on something crazy that we wouldn't regularly act on, that doesn't make sense in the common sense way, but we do twist our minds around it to make sense of it. So you really have to pay attention and really have to be strong-minded here. When you truly realize that if you want to balance out that energy, then you need to get out of the masculine playground, right? Because you have no control in that place. Where your control is up in the energetic fields. It's our job to energetically begin to balance ourselves, bringing alignment in ourselves. And this works within itself. It's like a paradox within itself, because in order for us to do this, we also have to align our mind and our heart. So our heart feels something and we want to act on an impulse, and we have to take our mind and really resonate into the understanding that of what we're doing here, and then be able to bring all that focus back to us, go down and feel the energies. Because when you have these impulse energies, it's like this impulse that comes up in you. It feels like an addictive kind of energy. It comes up into you and kind of wants to make you take action, but you're running. It's like you're spinning. You're running on water. You're not going anywhere, because you're playing in the play field that is not yours to solidify. Right? So the more you're trying to play in the masculine's playground, you're demasculizing them, because it's their job to figure all that out. So you're trying to do it for them, which is not going to feel right for them anyway, because it takes away their job as the conqueror, as the um, as the hunter, let's say, as the courter, and you're like putting yourself in there, and and it kind of goes against itself. It's counterproductive, because you're taking away their role, and that role they have to come to on their own terms. And if they don't come to it on their own terms, it's never going to come. It's never going to come. You might grab it for a little while, but it won't be by choice of them. It'll be because it will be like a default choice for them, because they won't really choose it. Rather, it fell in their lap. So if you want them to choose it, your job is to be up in the alchemizing the emotional part of it, the emotions, your own emotions, will balance him out, because it's a push pull tug of war. Anywhere that he's out of balance emotionally, when I am able to align myself perfectly within myself and bring my perfect feminine energy, and align my masculine and my feminine, right? It's not just the feminine, but it's doing the feminine role, um, which I feel comfortable saying. I know that I have masculine and feminine within me, but I feel like a divine feminine. I feel like the role of the divine feminine, and as I see it now in the yin yang, and as I see the push pull, it's like they're pushing through, they're pushing through the physical and then up into the non-physical, and then from there, we push. Now we both exist in these. It's a full flip. We both exist in these planes. Um, but I do feel like it is divine feminines to balance out that energy, and the energy inside, you feel it. You feel it. It like comes up in you, and what you have to do is kind of like, it's mind over matter. It's understanding this journey in such a way that your belief is so strong in it that you're able to give up the little impulses in order to see the higher picture and take care of the higher picture. And so it's really all the way around, coming to terms with everything, coming into that belief, and your belief has to be so strong that you're able to fight those impulses. It's just like quitting an addiction. It's just like quitting to drink. It's mind over matter. And then in that place, you marry your emotion and your thought together, and you intertwine within yourself, your emotion and your thought, and they begin to work together as a team, rather than your emotion in one place and either your mind is fighting it, or you're going after your emotion, and your emotion, your thoughts are somewhere else. It's like bringing your emotions and your thoughts into an equal, into an even, and then you have mastered this realm. You've mastered your thoughts and you've mastered your emotions. You come into the full mastery of yourself, which is exactly the spiritual awakening anyway. It's all about balancing yourself out and being able to come into a place of calm no matter what is going around on in the world around you. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world around you. You're in that place of calm. And once you've found, if it is your true twin flame, once you have calmed your energy, because you are the same, their energy will calm just by being on the planet. So, and this twin flame journey, it's like we're brought all the way out of any of our comfort zones. Like we're thrown to all the different sides of the spectrum of our emotions, and tossed out there, and then we have to re-bring ourselves back into the center every time. Recenter ourselves, find where we're out, and bring ourselves back. So that's where I am right now on this. I'm still alchemizing it myself, and as I go along and as I have these realizations, I'm bringing them forward. But I'm going through myself. I'm going deep. I feel like I'm really purging this. This past week has been something else. I still feel like I'm in the haze of it, like a daze. So, still rising, still rising. So, thank you for watching.